welcome to the Petroleum House. We thank you for gracing our invitation to cover this event. And as my Director of Corporate and Admin mentioned, our apologies to our invited guests and to the media present for the late start. We had some logistical issues on our side. Thank you very much for your patience. I'm Kanye Jobe, the Director General of the Petroleum Commission of the Gambia, Chief Executive Officer of Petroleum Commission of Ghana, my sister and counterpart, Madam Emeka Hadkasu, distinguished members of the Ghanaian delegation from the Petroleum Commission, our able permanent secretary, Minister of Petroleum, Energy and Mines, Managing Director of the Gambia National Petroleum Corporation, ably represented by his deputy here present today, member of the board of the Petroleum Commission of the Gambia as well, the Deputy Director General, Directors and staff of the Petroleum Commission, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this signing ceremony between the Petroleum Commission of the Gambia and the Petroleum Commission of Ghana. Today's ceremony marks an important moment for our two institutions. It is not simply the signing of a document, but the formalization of a relationship that has spanned years of cooperation, collaboration, and that we hope will become even more practical, active, and beneficial to both commissions of their countries. For the Gambia, the partnership is particularly meaningful because even though we are still in exploration stage, early exploration for that matter, as a frontier petroleum jurisdiction, we are also a country with serious ambition, with significant geological promise, and a clear understanding that petroleum resources by themselves do not guarantee national development. We approach our exercise of petroleum exploration with the understanding that strong institutions are just as important as a resource discovery. A country may discover petroleum, but without capable institutions, without clear rules, technical discipline, without public trust and responsible oversight, the opportunity can easily be weakened. For us, therefore, the journey of building the Petroleum Commission is not secondary to the work of attracting credible investment and ultimately, we hope, discovering commercial oil and gas. It is very central to this work. And this is why Ghana's experience is so valuable to us. Ghana has moved through stages that the Gambia is still preparing for. Exploration, discovery, development, production, regulation, local content growth and development, and management of public expectations. These experiences carry lessons that are directly relevant to our own journey. And one of those lessons that has come out yesterday when we had a technical engagement with our counterpart is the realization that petroleum development requires a lot of patience and persistence. We found out that Ghana's success did not happen overnight. The petroleum exploration history of Ghana dates back to 1896, and yet its world-class Jubilee discovery that put Ghana firmly on the map as a petroleum exporting country came more than 100 years after many, many years of effort, of learning, of technical work, and astute institutional development on their side. We hope we do not take 100 years to get there, but we also do know that once petroleum discovery, commercial discovery for that matter, was made, Ghana was able to move with remarkable speed from discovery to first oil to ensuring lasting benefit. And this was because of the many years of preparation that had underlain technical work that went on quietly behind the scenes. And this history is very important for us in the Gambia. It reminds us that petroleum exploration and successes registered in it is not a straight line. It involves many, many years of data acquisition, of interpretation, of refining the interpretation, of drilling and sometimes getting what may be a poor commercial result, but a very good technical result nevertheless, of appraisal eventually when commercial discovery is made, of investment decisions, regulatory readiness, and a lot of disappointment before the successes. However, it also reminds us that persistence and optimism matters. Countries that prepare seriously, that keep improving their investment environment, that build competent institutions and remain disciplined are always better positioned when opportunity arrives. So as we continue to promote the Gambia's exploration and petroleum potential, we must also realize that commercial discovery is not driven by hope alone. It must be given the time and the scientific process that it deserves. However, as the journey unfolds, we make sure that we are always preparing ourselves to be capable. And so this exercise, this MOU signing exercise today, is not merely an academic exercise for us. It is a learning exercise with practical implications as we learn from Ghana's successes, understand their challenges, and adapt the lessons that are most useful for our own context. For us at the Petroleum Commission, it comes at a very good time. Our role is not simply to regulate activity, but also to safeguard the national interests while creating the conditions for credible investments, lawful operations, and the long-term value of the Gambian people. Cooperation with sister African institutions matters a lot. Too often, African countries look for outside validation, look outside the continent for models, advice, and lessons that are always readily available. Our context may always differ, but our constraints, our ambitions, and our institutional questions are shared. We also remember that we will continue to learn deliberately from one another. We thank the Ghana Petroleum Commission. I wish to thank specifically Madam Emeka Hadcastle and her entire delegation for honoring this engagement, for engaging with us so readily, so credibly, and with open institutional honesty, and a true desire to see the Gambia succeed as much or even where in instances that they feel they could have done better. We thank you for the openness that you've approached this partnership. We also, of course, thank our Ministry of Petroleum, Energy and Mines for always its unwavering policy guidance and support, our board for their excellent stewardship, and I, of course, thank my Deputy Director General, my directors and the staff for all the work that have been done in preparing this engagement and bringing this MOU to this point. As we sign today, my hope remains that the true measure of the MOU will not be the signatures, but the work that follows from it, the exchanges that take place, the capacity it will build, the systems it will strengthen, and the opportunities we will create for those who will serve in this sector after us. On behalf of the Petroleum Commission of the Gambia, I welcome this partnership, and I look forward to a relationship that is practical, sustained, and impactful. Thank you.